Gentlemen, and that one unfortunate lady that clicked on this video thinking it was a makeup tutorial. We're talking today about the AK-74, more specifically the ammo situation with the AK-74. Because as you may know, ammo for this particular rifle in 545 is not the easiest to get your hands on. It's not an item that you can typically walk into a sporting goods store and expect to see on the shelves. It's pretty much a mail order item. In fact, I know of one gun shop in my area that carries this ammo, and that's why I have it. It mostly comes down to import laws, is why we're having such a shortage on this ammo. Eastern Europe has literal warehouses full of this particular ammo that we could get our hands on if import laws were favorable towards us. Fortunately, that's not the case, so we have to make do with what we have. I do have today some 69 grain steel cased ammo. I also have some stuff from Hornady, some 60 grain stuff from Hornady. But my question to you is, what does the accuracy out of this gun actually look like? Now, if you've looked around on the internet, you might see the occasional comment about accuracy, but typically it's one or two ammo types being used, and it's usually one or two pictures. But what we're going to do today is we're going to take 10 shot groups. I have 3 ammo types today. So I have the Hornady ammo, I have the 69 grain ammo, the steel case stuff that says non-corrosive, but I beg to differ from the interior of this gun after I shot it. And then we have a very special treat, the hand-loaded ammo that I have procured myself. Now, 545 by 39, to hand load it, I actually had to use 350 Legend brass to hand load it. And this whole process, I can give some details, but YouTube really doesn't like us talking about hand loading on YouTube. Needless to say, you just neck down 350 Legend after it's annealed and neck turn it. Yeah, it's important that you neck turn the brass itself, because the brass thickness, it will not actually chamber in a gun proper if you do not take the time to neck turn. So, is it possible? Yes. The 350 Legend case, the rim diameter is slightly undersized for 545, but it still functions, still works, and we will be looking at that ammo later on in the video. But without further ado, let's get to the shooting portion so we can actually sit down and take some groups with these rifles. You can tell this is an aspen tree. This is the way it is. It's pretty neat. Alright, cheap Russian ammo, here we go. 100 yards. Alright. Here we go. That was 10 shots, I believe. My count wasn't off. Hi there. If you haven't liked, shared, and subscribed this video yet, and you made it to this midpoint of the video, you might want to consider doing so, because I do this kind of stuff all the time. And if you consider yourself a base person and you're not subscribed yet, talk about an oxymoron.
Or just a moron.
I'm leaving that in there. Let the barrel cool down a little bit before taking this next group. So this is the hand-loaded ammo. So, yeah, at 100 yards. It's real good. That sun is starting to get on my nerves. Might have rushed that. All right, so I have to stop myself right here because unfortunately the camera I had downrange recording this, it shuts off after 15 minutes, even if it's actively recording. So a little bit of an accident on my end, but I still have the shooting, you know, a little portion of it. So there's a solid minute of me shooting, which is kind of cool, I guess, but without any results, it's kind of boring. 10 rounds of Hornady VMAX. This is the 60 grain stuff. It's real good. So the results from my shooting today are now in. So from the steel case and the Hornady ammo, they both grouped at about 2.8 MOA. Not very good. Not very good at all, actually. But for an AK, that's not unusual, unfortunately. AKs tend not to group very well. It has to do a lot with the harmonics of the gun and the fact that it's made out of stamped sheet metal. So it's not a very rigid or precise system of a gun. You know, it's just not very precise. The hand loads, on the other hand, grouped a marginally better, but not really that good, 2.3 MOA. It's about half MOA better, give or take. So that tells me that I need to practice a little bit more. Because if we look here, this is the target I used to zero that gun. All this down here, this is just me chasing the zero round. This up here, pay attention to this up here. This was at 50 yards. That rifle has a zero at 50 yards. That's why it was high at 100. It happened to be high and right for some reason, but that's why it was high at 100. So look at each one of those. Granted, keep in mind this is at 50 yards, but if you superimposed each one of those 5 shots up top onto each other, you get about 0.8 inches. So that tells me that that rifle can shoot a little bit better than what I could today. Now, a big reason of why I couldn't shoot it today is the particular property we're on, the safe direction that I can shoot to get 100 yards and 150 yards and whatnot, it happens to be in the direction the sun likes to set every evening. So I happen to be looking down the scope at the target when the sun is literally right above it. And that sucks. Because if you've ever tried to do that without a sun shield on your scope, you pretty much get a bleached out image of what you're looking at. And in fact, I could not increase the magnification on that scope at all, because the second I would touch the dial on that scope, it would bleach out the image entirely that I was trying to see downrange. So I shot all those groups with 4.5 power. Now, you'll hear people online say that 4.5 power, that's plenty, and more magnification isn't going to make you a better shot. I beg to differ, because more magnification means that when it comes to taking a shot, having the recoil bounce the gun a little bit and bump me off zero, off my point of impact, it's going to shift me just a little bit, and then I got to return to my point of impact or my point of aim. And because I don't have that magnification that would be ideal, I'm not always putting the reticle right where it needs to be, because I can't tell when it's such a low power. You'll hear people say that, oh, you don't need it. Yes, you do. Try it. Just slap a 3-power optic on your gun and try to shoot groups. And then slap a 24-power optic on your gun and then try to shoot groups. You will shoot better with a more powerful magnification optic. It's just how it works. And there's this myth going around that, no, you don't need that kind of magnification to get that kind of precision. It all comes down to your return to zero after your recoil hits your shoulder, because it's going to shift the gun around. And if you can't get those crosshairs perfectly on that bullseye every single time, you're going to have issues. And you're not going to shoot as consistently nor as accurately. So this definitely deserves a second video. Not only for that, but I will be tuning this hand load making it shoot as good as I can. I think that I can reasonably expect 1.5 MOA out of this gun. It's just getting it to that point where I can get 1.5 MOA out of this gun. It's just going to take a minute. So I will be doing a follow-up video on this subject soon enough. This to say you should subscribe so you don't miss the follow-up video, because I think it's going to be pretty cool. Did you not record that whole thing?
I had most of it.
Okay, that's good. We also need to insert memes. You ever see that guy that does like nature walk? That's pretty neat.
Nature?
Nature
Yeah, I
walk.
saw that when I was 7.
Yeah, we need to do that. That's an aspen tree. You can tell by the way it is.
You could just recreate memes with guns. That's, I guess, kind of funny.
You can tell this is an aspen tree. This is the way it is. It's pretty neat.